All right, good morning. I just want to do a tutorial on Dungeon Crusade Blitz Mode. I think the rules are pretty good where I don't think this video actually needs to exist, but just in case you'd rather watch a video, I'm going to explain what Dungeon Crusade. First of all, Dungeon Crusade Blitz is an addition that was created to pretty much speed up the game, and it's pretty easy. I mean, and I will say I absolutely love it. I would never play Dungeon Crusade without it. So what you see on the table right now is I just finished a game, three-part, actually one. I was trying some cool things out, some characters, when Dungeon Crusade Blitz was announced, I was excited, but I was like, I don't know if it's going to really change that much. Is it going to speed up the game a ton? Or I don't know. I kind of was like, it is what it is. And then I read the rules and I was like, whatever. It seems pretty cool. I'll try it. And then I actually tried it. Did not finish the game. I just took the game out, played it a few times. And I thought it was interesting. And I'm like, oh, this actually could be kind of cool. But I don't know. I think I'm going to lose the feel of like traversing the dungeon and all that fun stuff. I played a whole, I call it a campaign, but it was about 20 hours, and I finished everything. And I mean, this is the dungeon, literally like cleared house. Everyone's pretty much maxed out, a ton of life force points afterwards. Just one of those games where you just dominate. It was very challenging, but towards the end, my characters ended up being so powerful. Excuse me, so powerful that it was a good finish. But Blitz mode did not change any of this. I put the settings to a very, I would say, standard setting, and I've played this game forever. I usually like to make it a little bit harder just because I kind of know the little quirky things that make the game kind of shine. And I was rolling really lucky. I got like, I don't know, it seemed like treasure chests were like 1,500, 2,000 gold here and there. So anyway, long story short, I had a blast playing it, loved it. Normally this game, if you finish it, and I'll try to kind of be quick. If you want to skip ahead, probably skip ahead to like probably 4 minutes. But let me just quickly say, this game has gotten a lot of weird things. Like I've seen a lot of people like, kind of claim like I've played it, this game's great, or it's not my cup of tea, and like the more videos I see, the more I might sound like a broken record. I've mentioned this before, but the more I've seen, the more I was like, they don't play this game. It's okay. I don't play a lot of my 200 games that I own too, but I'm just saying, a lot of people were like, the game's long. It's 6 hours. They're out of their mind. If you win and you go through the three quests, this game is in the 30 hours plus. I mean, it's a long game. You don't have to play the whole thing. You can play just the first quest, and the first like level pretty much, before celebration day, and then you'll play probably like 8-12 hours if you want. Or you can kind of mix and match and make it weird and do some things and make your own house rules and make it a 5-hour game if you want. Whatever. But the real game out of the box is a long, grandiose, huge campaign, and it's something that is just like it's just an awesome like 90s dungeon crawl game. Anyway, long story short, Blitz mode breaks it down to, I would say, would speed up the game about 30%. I think that's accurate. From what I can tell and what I've seen, and I played a full game, this full game, start to finish, not talking about setup, but I am talking about celebration day, and it took me about 19, 18, 20 hours, I would say, which is a huge improvement, huge improvement. So, Blitz mode, let's get down to it. Sorry for the intro, but here it is. Very simple. On your turn, what you're going to do is, let's say you have a hero, okay? Your hero, think of your movement as your quadrants, okay? Here's your quadrants, right? Your hero on his turn can move to any quadrant, any adjacent quadrant. Doesn't matter where they are in here. Any adjacent quadrant in any space on that quadrant, okay? Now here's the kicker. He's not teleporting. Okay, so for example, if you wanted Zeke, let's pretend these minions aren't here. Let's say you want Zeke and you want him to go to, let's say you want him to go to this chamber over here, okay? You could do it a bunch of ways. Let's just say we're going this way, and let's say these traps aren't here either. Let's just make our life easier. You can move him, and what you would do is you would literally move him all the way through here, all the way through, and he would go, you know, any one of these spots being the furthest part in this quadrant, and that's Blitz mode. And then he would actually roll his 6, and you know, then he would pretty much, so you're not teleporting, you're moving the character to a next adjacent quadrant as far or anywhere you want. Now, if there's a trap here, okay, so if there's a trap there, you can't just move here. You have to actually go to the trap. And that trap will set off like normal, right? Even if it's a miss, the trap stops in your blitz mode. You know, like that would end your blitz mode. You'd be done. It doesn't end your turn. Well, depending on what the trap does, of course. But blitz mode would end. That's as far as he went, okay? If this was a miss, and I don't know if this one is. Okay, so let's say this happened, and it was a miss, then he would continue his movement to here, and that's his blitz mode. And now, it's kind of like his turn starts here. That's literally blitz mode. If there was a treasure, and he was going on a treasure, and there's not one right here, but let's say the treasure is here, his turn would actually end on a treasure, just like normal, you know what I mean? But blitz mode ends. So basically, blitz mode just gets your character to the next quadrant, any spot, but he has to traverse. He can't like hop over things and teleport. I think it's pretty straightforward. I don't really know if there'd be any really questions or anything. If there's 2 minions, the rules still apply to everything. Let's say we had 2 minions here. Then yeah, he can't go here because like I said, he's not teleporting. He's traversing. So his blitz mode movement would be over here and it would stop. And then he would have to fight or do something. And in that case, if he fights, obviously when you fight a minion or any monster, your turn ends. So that's blitz mode. The same exact system works for all this. Okay, he has the same system. So if he wants to go to like, you know, he's using blitz mode, so he would traverse all the way. Let's say if he wanted to move down here, let's say he wants to get down here, his first blitz movement from this, you know, a little challenge, I'm trying to see through the phone, but his blitz movement, he would traverse all the way here in his turn, or wherever you want. You put him anywhere you want. And then his turn starts, and now you're rolling the normal movement. Now you might say, well, you know the rules. All this can go through monsters. So that's why he's able to go through that. Okay? That's blitz mode. It's that easy. Okay, now let's move these guys out here. All right, so where the mechanic comes in, and that's a game changer alone, but where the mechanic comes in a little more is now you have your minions, okay? So you got 3 monsters, champions, minions, and guardians. Champions don't move, they're in the chamber. So you only need to know what to do with minions and guardians. Actually, let's do guardians first. Guardians are ridiculously easy. Look at their guardian sheet. See over here where it says his movement, 3 quadrants? All you do with guardians is you add a quadrant. So if it says 3, it's 4. If it says 2, it's 3. So you just add a quadrant. That's it. So you would roll like you normally do with your guardian, and you just if Magnus moves 3 quadrants, he's gonna move 4 quadrants every time. Every time he moves, that's blitz mode for guardians. So you roll a die to move to the next quadrant. So basically, Magnus is here. He rolls a 6. He moves there. That's 1. Okay, rolls again. Let's say he rolls an orange. He rolls again. He rolls an orange. Okay, moves. That's 2. Moves again. Purple. He rolls a purple. 3. That's the normal game. In blitz mode, he has 1 more roll. Let's say he rolls 4. A green. Then he moves again. Okay, that's super easy. Minions are a little bit. I guess it's the hardest one to know, but it's still super easy. Okay. Minions is simple. So what I do with the minions is you're gonna roll a die. I do the variable movement, but let's just say you're doing the standard where you roll. The variant movement is just you roll in the beginning of a minion's turn or the minion's round, the monster turn, monster's round, and monster's phase. Jesus, and you roll a d6 to find out what die you're going to be moving for movement. Anyway, let's just keep it simple. So you're going to roll. You're gonna roll your raid die to see if they're same exact rules, but for movement, this is what you're gonna do. So you're gonna roll, and then let's say you roll, and he rolls a 6, and let's say, let's try to keep it easy, but let's say the shat. Well, I'll try to be realistic just in case someone's looking back. Where's the wraith? Wraith has a 3 for movement. Okay, so 3 and 6 is 9. So it's purple. So he's gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's got 7. Okay, and then he got to the next one. So he's got to go to the, let's find out where he's going. So orange, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that's a normal movement. His normal movement of 9 was all the way through here, and then he goes back 1 and 2, right? That was his normal movement. In Blitz mode, basically, you roll your die, and then you look at the number 9, and then you move him. And if he passes, I think it's worded a little bit different. This is basically it. You move it. When he hits a spawn point, another spawn point, he continues any movement that he has. Okay, so in this case, it was 9. So he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then the Blitz mode activates, and he finishes that to the next spawn point. Okay, so there's only 2 things that can possibly happen. He gets to a spawn point, and then whatever's left over in his thing, he continues. Okay, you roll the die again to see if he's gonna go to a different spot, and then when he's here, he continues back to the next spawn point. Okay, the other possible option or possible thing that can happen is, let's say, same scenario, but he rolled a 1, so he only rolls 1, 2, 3, 4, so he goes 4. Because he didn't reach his spawn point, that 4 is negated, and what he does is he actually goes to the next spawn point and then starts his 4 movement. So purple, 1, 2, 3, 4. It wouldn't necessarily be, but it would be like, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. He didn't reach it, right? So he rolls an orange. He didn't reach it. So because he didn't reach it, he has to reach his spawn point. You don't re-roll this, but what you do is now you're gonna roll this again, and now it's purple, and you're gonna do the 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it sounds wordy, but when you start playing the game, it's super easy. It's basically your minions are always going to at least get past 1 spawn point and then move again. Okay, so if he doesn't make the spawn point, then that movement is negated. Move him to that spawn point and then start your movement. So once again, if I rolled a purple and a 1, he would go 1, 2, 3, 4, because his movement on the wraith, right, is a +3. So he moves 3. So 3 plus 1 is 4. Going super easy just to make this clear. So now because he did not traverse, he did not get to a spawn point, those 4 is pretty much, it's not pretty much, it is negated. It means like it never happened. So you're just going to be like, okay, he didn't make it, so now he makes it. Now I'm going to start and I'm going to roll this again. Now it's orange. Now I'm going to do my 4. So now he would actually literally go back 1, 2, 3, 4. That was his whole turn. So he moved here, boom, and then he went down here 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. That's Blitz mode. It doesn't seem like much, but basically what happened is a normal turn, he would have went right here, right? And then he moved. So he barely moves. This turn, he went all the way around here, and then he walked all the way back. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and he walked all the way back, and that helps. Like, let's say in a normal mode, if you went 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's say your hero, oops, I dropped something here. Say your hero is here, that would do nothing. But Blitz mode, he would have been here and he would start raiding. Now here's the thing that can happen is if he moves here and he didn't get here, and he starts raiding, then he would continue his movement. But remember, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now he's immediately raiding. Okay, so if he starts immediately raiding, he stops. He stops his movement to there, and that's negated. And now this kicks in, so he would move 4. So in this specific case, he would move 4. Now you're going to do your standard, hey, let's roll for like where he's going. You roll a 1. 1 means he's coming over here. That's 1. That's a 1, 2, 3. That's a 4, 5, 6. So that 1 plus 4. So he would go 1, 2, 3, 4. In this case, he would actually fight. He would attack the hero. So the raid thing's the only. Now, if he starts raiding, if your minion is raiding, and then Blitz Mode is irrelevant. You know, Blitz Mode is irrelevant because you're not doing any of this. You're not traversing. It's only when you're traversing these paths. Okay. So if you're raiding if you're raiding, Blitz Mode is irrelevant. Nothing happens. They just raid. They just roll like they normally do. If they're in the middle of movement, like I just showed you, and they're 4 spots away from the hero, they immediately stop. And then you just do your normal raid. Okay. I absolutely love Blitz Mode. I think it's amazing. I think it definitely changes this game for the better. I would never ever play without Blitz Mode. I don't think it takes anything away. A little bit of like preference, just so I have these. If you have these are the original dice. They were like an add-on for the last campaign. This is the original Dungeon Crusade campaign, but these are the original dice that were made before, and they decided not to use this. Well, they brought it back as an add-on, so I have both of these dice. They're the same exact thing. They're patrol dice. What I do, because I find you're constantly moving and then going to a spawn point and then re-rolling to find out the next spot, you know what I mean, the next color, the next patrol route to run. I find like, I play this game. I've played this game so many times, it's ridiculous. So I have like little quick things that speed up the game. I don't like rolling and then rolling and then rolling. I like rolling dice. I just don't like rolling like 5 times on a turn. It's a little bit annoying, unless it's combat. So basically, long story short, what I do is I roll both of these dice together in my, you can pick whichever one you want, doesn't matter. In my, the OG, or the original ones that were created, I use that as my first patrol dice, first color, first route that I'm going through, and then these are my second. So for example, let's push back for a second. This is not a big deal. What I do is I would roll this, and I would know purple is the first route, and I have a 3, and the wraith is a 3, so that's 6. So I would go purple 6. So I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't reach, so now I'm reaching, and I still have 6 movement, and I would come down here, and now it's orange, and I'll go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's how I would do that turn. And I do that all the time. In fact, I do that, and then I throw the raid die in there too. But whatever, you can do whatever you want. But besides the raid die, that's how I do it. I'll do movement. I always play with the variable movement, but whatever movement dice it is for that round, and then I'll do it. And then sometimes you get like a really big number. Like sometimes I'm rolling like a D12 for movement. Sometimes you got to roll these over and over again, because I mean, sometimes your minion will move legit 15 spaces or something. And 15 spaces plus the Blitz Mode is crazy. But, all right, hope you enjoyed that. Hope that helps. Like I said, I can't explain. I can't say how impressed I am with how good Blitz Mode made Dungeon Crusade. It just took it to another level that this game continues to climb, in my opinion. It's continues to be, and I think will always be, my favorite dungeon crawl by far. It is by far the most played game I've ever had, and the absolute, I mean, there's not even a second dungeon crawl that's close to this game as far as time played. I think Dungeon Degenerates may have like 50 hours. This game's got like 400 plus hours or something. So, all right, thanks for watching.